it ain't me, is it?
No,
That's what I'm saying. Is it
wrong.
me?
You're not wrong.
That's what I'm saying.
Like I said, whenever I see somebody rant on Facebook, I'm like, I wonder what this is about. I turn the corner, you're in the office complaining about said incidents, even though you were mentioned nowhere in the post. I was like, of course you'd be involved.
Yeah.
Somebody had reached a breaking point and they needed to vent about something.
It's the universal. It is the universal language. Universal unspoken language is idiots in wrestling. Well, I feel like I've already worked a match. We all know that don't happen. Okay. Get back to it.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the edition of Daddy Work to Wrestle. You the claps. You know what time it is, George. How was your weekend?
Boy, unbelievable is what I'm talking about. Well, you know, we do so many...
In the sense that so many stupid things happen, you can't believe it.
Well, listen to me. You know, we do this show constantly, and I get so excited. I love our TV show, and then sometimes you wonder, are you really reaching the masses, which we want to do?
No.
But then of course not.
Never.
But then every now and then you get a text from one of your sweet twins who was late for work the next day because she was up till like 3 a.m. in the morning watching me and Bullet on YouTube. And it just kind of...
But that's just to build a case to put you in a mental home. That's just like, do I have enough material to lock him up
I never thought about
legally?
That. Yeah, I never thought about that. You're exactly right. So maybe that wasn't a good thing. But to know that where I want to be where my kids want me to be part of their life or not, for infinity, very Star Trek-ish, we will some way, Bullet, be a part of my wonderful kids' lives.
Oh, don't even get me started. I can tell you all types of Westworld theories about the fact that we have countless of hours on YouTube where we get facial recognition and voice patterns. So by the time that they come out with AI, they will be able to take our entire show, recreate us with robots,
That's exactly
and then
right.
place us in this chair.
I'm looking for that to happen. Well, I'm telling you that right now. Do you know that
it's very crude right now, but we're about 5 years away.
Well, you know what's funny, and I find wrestling at the core of everything. It's just like now. I don't know if you noticed, Bullet, but the newer banks that are opening up. It doesn't matter if it's like one of our name banks, but the newer banks are not having drive-thrus anymore. They're slowly getting away with the drive-thrus, Bullet, and this whole wrestler's mind was conspiracy thinking, and it's exactly right. They want you to come in.
That's why I come in. That's why. That's what I do because I want to look somebody in the eye.
Oh, I love that.
And I'm like, you're putting this in this account, right?
Yeah, good for
As
you.
if they're putting it in a drawer somewhere that's labeled Jake Manning on there.
I know.
which would be wrong because my real name is Jake Feuerbach. So they would just put it under Jake Manning because that's what the check is.
So they don't put it in a white envelope like George does when he gives you a little pay.
That's not how banks work.
And it usually says like Duke Power on it or something.
No, we don't have the Bank of Dodge City, you know, that
I thought
Wyatt Earp was protecting.
I just thought they put it in the envelope, Bullet. But anyway, folks, how are y'all doing? We are doing great here at Dad You Don't Work You Wrestle Studios. Bullet, great week. I got to, this past weekend, I got to attend my first ever. They've done a few of them, the AML Future Stars show, and I got to meet some guys. Some of them I enjoyed, some of them I didn't enjoy. I did just when you thought they challenged me, Bullet. You know how some gymnasiums are here where the show is, and then right next door is an auxiliary gym, which is just as nice as this one. Well, we were dressing in there in the auxiliary gym, and of course I went in there, Bullet, and they had a basketball, and they challenged Mr. Perfect. Oh, I'm sorry, excuse me, Mr. Perfect. They challenged Mr. PE. Okay, Bullet. They challenged Mr. PE. Tell me to shoot, Bullet. I am not lying, and I got to quit doing it because I'm going to ruin my reputation. But 3-pointer from the line, Bullet. Dusty Rhodes would have been proud when he put me on the bench. Nothing but net. Okay, but that had nothing to do with the reason I was going back there. There's a new guy, and Stan Lane here at our office. He's heard of this guy. I never heard of the guy. But anyway, the guy goes to the ring. Bullet, and you know, I always kind of watch about the first 2 minutes of a match. That's about enough. That's all I can handle.
That's why I run a drill in class where, like, this is the first 60 seconds of a match.
Bullet,
because people find out if you're a goof or not. So I want to see you
do. I'm telling you.
The first 60 seconds of a match.
No, that's exactly right. Because that determines. Bullet, listen to me. I don't have to eat that chocolate cake to realize I want to eat that chocolate cake.
Now, if that pie, if it's got the lattice work on top, you know it's good. It's not professional.
That's exactly right, Bullet. So, this guy goes to the ring, which I've about seen. But anyway, he climbs up on the top rope. Now, he don't do the famous, you know, late Shawn Michaels thing. He actually sits up on there, And I didn't get to see this part. I just thought he was being lazy. And his gimmick is he supposedly pulls out a phone and he's sitting there texting. Okay. But anyway, I didn't get to see the text part. I just freaked out because here comes a guy getting ready to kick your butt, and shouldn't you be ready? You know, very Jake Manning-ish. You know what I'm saying? Okay. But anyway, he's texting. So anyway,
I don't know anything about Jake Manning. He's down for a fight at any moment in time.
Jake Manning is ready, Jack. Yeah, Boy Scout ready. That's what we're talking about. Okay, Man Scout ready.
Been doing more verbal assault than physical assaults recently.
Oh, I love that too. But anyway, listen, I ran to the back before I could correct this guy that I just didn't. You know, and I'm not saying. Yeah, I am saying I'm right, but I ain't saying you got to listen to me. But anyway. And especially this guy's first impression, okay? That's what I'm trying to get here. He ain't established yet. You know, like when I tell people don't chew gum and they say, well, Triple H does it. Well, when you married into the family, you can chew dirt for all I care. You see something and it's okay. You understand? But anyway, so before I could correct this guy or tell him that I
and just also too, if you're like, oh, well, this person doesn't, then shouldn't they be like, well, I don't want to do it?
Oh, that's right. Why would you do it if they're doing it?
But I've always been an opposite guy.
But anyway, Bullet.
When people are happy, I want to be
very
sad.
Paula Abdul-ish. Opposites. That song she sung with the video from MTV with the dancing rat or something. She danced with something.
Scat Matt Crothers.
Oh yes.
I think that was it. Scat Cat.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, long story short, before I could correct the guy, another wrestler speaks up and says, well, that's his gimmick. And I hadn't even got to the gimmick part. I just thought the guy was being lazy on top of it. So he's already got a defender before I get back there. So evidently they must have had to defend it before. So
and apologize.
But anyway, boy, so I just told him, I said, so you want to be remembered. Instead of the guy that came out in the first match and set the place on fire and did some good moves, I said, you want to be remembered by the guy that Texas. He said, oh, I never really thought about that. So you probably need to think about it. I had never seen it, and I just thought it was crazy. You know, if you're going to fight in this alley, or if we were in elementary school and I stole one of your marbles and you said you ain't going to steal my marbles, I'll meet you out at lunch break. Let's eat lunch first together, and then let's go out back on a blacktop and let's fight this out. Okay? So, I'm sure if we said that, you would be sitting up on the goalpost waiting. You'd be, you know, like nonchalant if I was coming to take your marbles. You see what I'm saying? So anyway, I don't have a clue what that's got to do with anything. I just thought it was very weird. I don't personally want to be remembered, especially first impression of a future star show of the guy that was texting. I just don't. I mean, I don't think anybody would want to be remembered. I don't think you're going to get it rebooked. Can't we get anybody that can text anywhere?
So, but this is coming from a guy who reads a book in a ring, but nobody reads books anymore.
Well, let me tell you something.
That's what makes it interesting.
Bullet. Plus, I'm going to tell you this. Nobody can do a reverse into a hammerlock while reading a book better than you. That's all I'm saying.
I'm just saying it's not as interesting if I'm using a Kindle. If I'm reversing a hammerlock in a Kindle Fire, not as interesting.
No.
A book, something that's dying and disappearing, especially as we turn into robots.
Yes, boy, because most people, like I said, don't even have a clue what you're reading. So anyway, I got to do that. Friday. Of course, this past Saturday was the first weekend of the Raceway Ministry shows. Eggs, bacon, all the breakfast, pancakes. Of course, we'll be right back. And you know you're always invited, Bullet, this coming Saturday.
I will probably be there, but let me be absolutely and 110% honest with you.
Okay.
If it is raining,
yes,
I will probably not be there. Not against you, or not that I'm 36 years old.
Yes.
I have a bad knee, and not to say that your ring is unsafe, but any ring that is soaking wet is not safe for me to wrestle on.
I totally agree.
But if we are dry, but if there's a threat of rain, I will be there.
Yes.
If it is currently raining, I will not be there.
Yes.
That is what I say to you live with all of our 2 viewers as our witness.
Yes.
So.
That's why if I did a poster with you, I don't put matches subject to change. Well, I do. I say matches subject to change if rain. Okay? So, no, I thoroughly understand that, Bullet. I'll do, yes. And you're more than welcome even to come and eat pancakes and watch me yell at everybody. But kind of neat, Bullet, this was kind of neat. Today, believe it or not, I spoke to the Charlotte Observer and WB Radio, I think it's WBVT Radio, big radio station here in town, about the Raceway Ministries and about what we do and what's kind of...
It's every other year. Every other year a camera shows up.
Oh, yeah. And what's kind of neat, Bullet, and I let them kind of do it. I talked to several people that I guess NASCAR, and I could kind of see it. NASCAR, the publicity and the media, because me and you know, big media people, well, the media wants to help NASCAR, but nobody in NASCAR really wants to talk to the media. I mean, or reporters or sports, you know, it's kind of crazy. So, but us wrestlers will. You put a microphone or a camera in our face, and we'll talk about something. So anyway, this coming Saturday, we will be right back, Bullet. I want to thank NAWA for last Saturday, because after the show, Bullet, after the show at the Raceway, we all went to Morganton. Jason up there used a lot of our students. I got to watch some of that, got to hang out with Bunkhouse Buck for a little bit. I didn't know, got to meet Bunkhouse Buck's son for the first time, who's starting to work a little bit too. So big, tall kid. So another second generation kid coming in. So it was just kind of very Scooby-Doo, eerie-ish, being on the fairgrounds when all the buildings, but there was no fair going on. It's almost like very ghostly. Bullet. I mean, there was no.
I know it's eerie. Somebody asked me if I wanted to run a show there one time. I'm like, I'm afraid to like travel there at night.
No,
when it gets dark out there, you're in the middle of.
I mean, there's nothing.
It's a building in the middle of a field.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. And there was no Ferris wheels, funnel cakes, candy apples, or nothing. It was just we were the only clowns on the premises. Bullet. But anyway, so that was a lot going on. Of course, this Saturday, as I said, we'll be right back. I'm sorry, let me back up. Friday night will be the big AML show at Winston-Salem Fairground Annex, which is very a big part of.
This Friday.
Yes, this Friday it will be. Which is the Winston-Salem Coliseum, basically. I mean, it's just a part of that. So that will be Friday night. Big Kevin Nash will be there. Bullet. So big show on Friday, and of course bacon, eggs, and pancakes. Will be Saturday if no rain. So a lot of stuff. Bullet, you this week going on?
Past weekend, I did PWX Pure on Friday. I helped film the Queens of Combat show on Saturday, and then
two shows Saturday, right? No.
Yeah,
two Queens of Combat.
Yes, exactly. And then PWX on Sunday. But on top of all of that, since the time I've been doing open mics every single night. On top of this, I've been getting up in front of people for like 8 days straight.
Wow.
So it's nice to have tonight off so I can relax. I'll record this show, record my podcast, and then we're going to start it all over again. I got some big shows next week, so I've got a lot of comedy coming up. So just pay attention to all of that.
Bullet, idiot of the week, if you don't mind. Bullet, this will really blow people's mind. I know we've thrown a lot of idiots in here, and this hits kind of home, kind of personal to me, because it doesn't make a bit of sense to me, but everybody knows.
We've already thrown the Cowboys in at least 8 times.
Well, that's what I'm saying. How did you know? Bullet, we got some, me and you are like, human nature's here, and me and you are like up here. I mean, human nature's here, Star Wars people are here, Star Trek people are here. Because, you know, the one creator guy died, and they flew his ashes up in space, believe it or not. Yes, and so, but we're here, me and you, okay? Because we're on the same wavelength. Bullet, listen to me. Everybody knows football season, my Dallas Cowboys, but listen to me. One of the last good players, the wide receivers, of course, everybody's gone. I mean, Daz,
Witten's gone.
Everybody's gone. It's everybody's gone.
Yeah.
But Terrence Williams, who is like the middle kind of starting-ish wide receiver, who I love, who is just an unbelievable guy. But believe it or not, this past week, I'm going to throw him in it back. This past week, he wrecked his Lamborghini, not his Volkswagen, not his pickup. He wrecked his Lamborghini, got arrested, okay, for DUI. Just take your punishment. Now, what his statement was, you're still drunk. His statement was he swerved to miss a pedestrian and hit the pole. Regardless, you're still like drunk, okay? But that's not.
Just say you're a Dallas Cowboy.
But let's do
That's a better excuse. I'm a Dallas Cowboy. All right?
But listen to this. This is why he's going to.
I'll be like, oh yeah, you're right. I forgot.
Now, boy, I usually just throw stuff out here without doing research and documenting everything, just because nobody listens anyway. But anyway, boy, so I really checked in on this just to see. I want my sources to be right. Okay, so anyway, boy, why he's going? Not because he had a bad day and had a drink and wrecked a Lamborghini. Okay, but anyway, and the start of training camps when all this happens. He couldn't do it like
OTAs.
Like 8 months ago when ain't nothing going on. But anyway, here's the reason he will go in our idiot bag. Boy, I found out, and I think most NFL clubs, but I know Jerry Jones has this. He has 20, not 15. He has 20 people that are on the payroll, okay, round the clock, that their only job is to be called to come and pick you up if you've had too much to drink. Are you kidding me? Bullet, there's 20 people that are paid, not by the NFL, but they are paid by Jerry Jones' staff. That is all their job. Round the clock, a player can call one of these 20 individuals to come and pick. But
see, and this is why you could never have that in pro wrestling, because people like you and I, we would use it when we were not drunk. We would just use it so we wouldn't have a car and we wouldn't have to pay for Uber.
Yes.
Like we're just like, I've had a little too much to drink at this farmer's market. Can you take me to Walmart and just kind of hang outside while I do some grocery shopping? Like there's no way we would just use it instead of having a car.
Can you take me to lunch?
I know I'm making $10 million to be the second string offensive guard. Yeah. But can you just kind of pick me up and while I run a couple errands? I'm sorry. I'm really drunk right now.
So. And I can hear him. It's very Ric Flairish. That time me and you were up in Bluefield, West Virginia, and they wanted me to find Ric Flair a ride to the airport, remember? And Flair, first question, Flair said, what kind of car does the person drive? So I could see Terrence Williams doing this. He probably maybe called and asked what kind of car you drive, and the guy said, I got like, a 79 Pinto. I'll be there to pick you up in about 5 minutes. And he said, I got a Lamborghini, so he didn't go. But anyway, so Terrence Williams will go in the idiot bag, not only for making a bad call on it, he just made a bad call, period, when there was, but I love your point. Not
taking advantage of the system, Terrence. That's why I'm going to put you in here.
No,
take advantage of the system. That's how you survive.
Bullet, listen.
The fact that you have a Lamborghini and I barely know who you are.
I know.
You need to save a couple extra dollars. So save a couple extra dollars on gas and everything else and have that guy drive you around.
That's exactly right, Bullet. And I could see us. I mean, I could see me telling the guy, hey, before you take me somewhere, if you mind cutting the grass, we would probably kill the system.
Milk the system.
Yeah, we would milk the system. But Terrence Williams, we both throwed him in there just for we ain't even focusing on the bad decision to drink and drive. We're talking about the bad decision he made before any of this even happened. If it's there, I would call them, if I had a Lamborghini, I would use Jerry Jones' service for them to drive me to my Lamborghini.
Yeah.
Well, just do that. Okay, so anyway, Terrence Williams will go in the idiot bag.
See, I thought you were going to put T.O. in for talking bad about Jason Garrett.
I know, brother.
I thought we were going to have that. I thought you were going to, and I thought the twist would be that you would throw T.O. in for not going harder on Jason Garrett.
You know what? I think that's why I saw that too. And what's funny is I love T.O. I agree with everything he said in that. It blows my mind too, by how in this day and time of everybody, we need a winner, and for T.O., and I love that, what he said, because it was the truth. He said, how does Jason Garrett still have a job? And I don't know. And so, but it made me worry.
Wade Phillips was fired for less.
Yes! And boy, listen to me. Remember, they got rid of my one guy that came back, that coached Oklahoma Sooners. Remember, he sat down on the bench.
Barry Switzer.
Barry Switzer. He just had back surgery, so his back's hurting him in the middle of the game. So he goes sit down on the bench, eats a hot dog, and that was like the doom of him. And they got rid of him. So it made me. I started getting a little worried when T.O. said that, because it makes me think he's right. Because please don't just let us go like 8 and 12 this year.
8-8 again, or 9-7, and be like, well, he's never had a losing season.
No, that's exactly right. But that made a lot of good points. So that kind of the reason I didn't throw T.O. in there is because I love that. I mean, he made some good points, and he's already in the Hall of Fame, so he don't care. You can't like blackball him now from the NFL. So anyway, so much going on, folks. Just as T.O. wonders why Jason Garrett's got a job, I know our great fans are wondering how we still have a job. But that's because if you hold on. That's because we don't work, we wrestle, which is the title of
The second greatest book of all time, and we're wondering why you don't have a copy yet and bought it from highspots.com. Like I said, I got a lot more comedy stuff coming up. If you want to know more about my schedule and the things that are coming up, a lot of local stuff. So if you live in the North Carolina area, I will be around. Make sure you follow me on Twitter @ManScottManning or on Instagram @ManScottManning. This has been another edition of Dad, You Don't Work, You Wrestle. Good show.
I about had to call Jerry Jones's services to get me through the end of that.
Yeah, I was waiting for him to come pick you up, Lamborghini, and be like, here's a good segue. I already had the segue. I was like, George's end. I was like, I almost grabbed you, like, just shut up, I got it.
I should have just let you tag.
I got it.
Okay?
I got it.
It took me forever to get to this.
Listen, Road Dogg. Billy Gunn is on the apron.
Oh, yeah.
There's no reason for you to try and make your own comeback. Just tag Billy Gunn in.
I know.
I already told the crowd, guys, if you clap this time, we're gonna go home.
Oh boy.
And they clap. So just tag Billy Gunn in. I've made a career on a hot tag.